I have to start this one again because I didn't realise that minimising the camera would actually stop it recording. Is that going to stop it recording as well? No. Okay. I just didn't want to look at myself as I'm talking because that will make me pause a lot. So let's start again. I basically said before that I had spent ages setting up the camera and trying to get it right, getting the angle right, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I guess, and you know, that's famous saying that I will muck up, which is the enemy of, perfection is the enemy of good enough, which is something I'm trying to improve on because so often I won't even start a project or start something because I need it to be perfect the first time, whatever. But anyway, so what I want to talk about is just I don't want this to be scripted or any of that. I just want to talk and say how I'm feeling really. In the past, this is 2026. This is all. It's the 18th of August 2026 right now. So we're talking, pre 2023. We're talking 2021. About 5 years ago now. So I guess it's a long time ago, but it's flown by because things have been tricky ever since, I guess. In 2021 and 2022, all those, back when I was a bit younger, I had so much energy to do things. I used to go out on all these adventures, especially once I got my first car, my purple Fiesta. I would go out on all these driving adventures because I was into photography a lot, really into photography from about 2000 and at least when I first moved to Sheffield, it was at least 2018, 2019. I just would go out all the time taking photos on wildlife photography or landscape photography. First digital, on the Sony A6000 with a very basic lens. Then I got the 70 to 350 millimeter lens on the Sony. Then I done away with the Sony after a while and got the Nikon Z6, and I got a Tamron 150 to 600 millimeter G2, so massive wildlife lens, and I got really into wildlife photography for a short while. Then I got into film photography, so I got an Olympus OM2N 35mm film camera, and then I finally got the Pinnacle, which is the Hasselblad 500cm, which is a medium format film camera. And sorry, it's a tangent, but I've always been really into photography, and back then I used to go on all these driving adventures. So I'll just throw the Hasselblad into the car and just drive to all these unbelievable places in the Peak District and all over any national parks or wherever I'm going, or churches. Go and take a few shots, and then once I've finished the roll after maybe say 2 weeks, because I would only allow myself a few shots per week or so, I would send them off, get them developed, but then I would scan them at home once I got a scanner. And what I'm leading to anyway, sorry, let's just jump a bit, is that I had a lot more energy to do all those things. I'd go on so many adventures, so many wild adventures, and not just that, but I would do so much more. I would clean in Sheffield, I would clean the whole flat top to bottom every single week like clockwork. Obviously my memory can't remember it, the occasional week where maybe I missed it, but usually I clean every single week. And I would take the seasoning out and the pots and the pans and all the things out of the shelves in the kitchen and wipe every single shelf clean. And I would mop and I would vacuum and I would bleach the shower, and I would clean my bedding quite often. Alexa, stop. And it was every single week, and I was doing that on top of going to the gym something like 6 times a week. It did reduce to 4 times a week at some point. That wasn't out of laziness. That was out of the fact that I could not possibly do more, but injury-wise, because 6 days a week was very intense. And I managed it all. I was thriving at university, doing all that, balancing it all, and I had so much energy to do it. And things just aren't the same anymore. I'm not going to go through my whole life story, but I'll jump to now. It's like right now, my God, I can't. do any of that. I can't clean. I struggle to clean the house, and I never take the things out of the cupboards and wipe them down. I struggle to clean my clothes. I usually get to the point at the moment for the last few weeks. I have gotten to the point where my clothes are all in the dirty laundry basket, and I am literally taking dirty laundry out of the out of the dirty laundry basket and re-wearing them, because I am so exhausted that I just haven't gotten around to or had the energy to put them in the wash. We're not talking underwear. I would never re-wear underwear, but we're talking about like gym clothes, that probably don't smell as fresh as they should, and putting them on and going to the gym again because I forgot to wash the gym clothes before the next workout, or things like that. I find every time it's time to brush my teeth in the morning, I find that very, very difficult, to say the very least. I was really into gardening a couple months ago, watering my wildflower meadow that I planted myself after removing the turf. I sowed loads of wildflower seeds and they've come up nicely. And I was watering them every single day during the drought, because we've had extreme heat and drought in the UK, including in Wales. And so I've been watering it like mad and been really enjoying the process. So I guess I go through cycles, because at that point, I guess I was much more energetic than I am now. But I say much more, very, um, yeah, sparingly, I suppose, because really it's not, it still wasn't of anything like the caliber of what it used to be. But as of right now, I've just not watered the garden very much. I go out and very, very quickly fill up the watering can and water all the pots and pans, just to ensure some of the things don't die. But I'm even looking at one of my hawthorn trees that was a spare for the hedge that I planted in my garden, and the leaves are turning yellow and things, because I've probably not watered it as much as I needed to have. But the thing is the forecast keeps saying for rain, so I'm getting distracted. The forecast keeps saying for rain, and that keeps getting put off. But yeah. I started this video without much of a plan, so that this is kind of how I wanted it to go, but also I love plans, I love knowing what to say and having an idea of what to say. So obviously I'm a bit stumped of thinking of what to say, because this is all one cut, unless I decide to edit it later. So yeah, but I'm just going to go on and read a message that I sent earlier today just to help me. So, I feel so lethargic all the time, so completely and totally exhausted almost every second of every day. I just can't find the energy to do almost anything at all. I don't have the initiative to start tasks most days because I feel so perpetually exhausted. I've never felt, because I feel so perpetually exhausted. I've never felt this exhausted before, I don't think. In the past, when you both have gone away, I've always got tons of energy to go mad with projects, etc. But this time I'm barely clinging on to doing the absolute basics. I'm really scared. I don't know why, but I'm feeling really, really afraid right now. I'm afraid of this feeling. I'm afraid it will never leave, that no matter what I do, I'll always feel this lethargy, that I'll never amount to anything. I just can't summon the energy to do things at the moment. Even the gym has become absolutely exhausting to me. Yesterday was so difficult to get through the workout. I'm scared something is wrong with me and I can't fix it. So I guess I could have read that at the start of the video. But yeah, that's how it goes. I'm just so, yeah, afraid, I guess, that there is something wrong, and that this is just how I'm going to be. And I don't want to be like this. I'm trying to build a business, and thankfully I've got one client because I'm doing gardening, and I've found a client, which is an unbelievable relief, because it gets me out, it gets me doing something. I was about to say gets me out of the house, but I don't have a problem with that. I go for walks all the time. I never stay in, ever. I just can't cope with staying in the house all day. almost never stay in anyway, unless I've got some very important computer work to do. So that's a godsend really, because it helps me feel like I'm doing something and I earn a bit of money doing it, but it's nowhere near enough to, you know, save up what I need. But I just can't utilize this opportunity to grow the business. I'm meant to be making business cards, and every time I try to sit down to do it, there's always something in the way. And even now, I just feel frustrated talking about it. I can barely talk about it, even though I know I'm just talking to myself, because it's so frustrating. Because I just picture in my head what someone else would do, someone else who's not like me, or not feeling the way I'm feeling, or just better than me. They would utilize this opportunity right off the bat, create business cards within a few days of their first clients, for, the first job, take loads of before and after pictures, be building a website, be advertising on social media, talking to people, collecting up tools to use for, and going to training courses, and within a month or two they would have multiple clients, have gone on multiple training courses, and got a good website, good business cards, and a decent social media following. And then here I am, multiple months later, 2 to 3 months later, still not even a business card, not even the first step. I'm gonna, it's gonna get to autumn, and the clients they're going to be done with for this year. I've still got. That's all I've done. I've just had one client this whole year, because I couldn't even build a business card. I got such a range of things I need to get done. It's actually ridiculous. My car needs work. My Volvo XC60. I need to build the business. Toilet upstairs in this house that I've bought in Wales. Needs replacing. The macerator's gone. There's so many things. It's unbelievable. I just can't think of them on the top of my head. But yeah, I think I may leave it there, because this is going to start ranting on. But I'm feeling very lethargic. I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling just to get the bare minimum done. I'm so tired every day. I'm so exhausted. Ah, I guess I can just pray to God that He shows me the way to a path where I can find the momentum and energy to do things, if that's medication for ADHD, or if that's some breakthrough I haven't found yet. Just need to, I need to try to be optimistic, like my partner has reminded me. I need to try to be optimistic about this. Okay. See you again another time soon, future Jaws.